Hello and welcome to Corner Office. I'm Dan Ginden alongside Mayor Arthur Vigeant. Mayor, how are you?
Fantastic.
Good. So you just won your third term as mayor.
Can't thank people enough. I get to continue to do the job for another 2 years.
Now, on election night, when we were live on WMCT, Trish Pope had mentioned to you the historic significance of being a third term. Has that hit you at all? Have you thought about that?
Not really. Like I've told people, for me, it's not about retirement. It's not about a stepping stone for another job. For me, I love the job I'm doing here, and my feeling is I'm going to keep doing it till they tell me they don't want me to do it anymore because I'm enjoying what I'm doing, whether it's the big things like, bringing in jobs and companies to the city, the smaller things like the Facebook page or repaving an inner city road or a sidewalk. It's a lot of fun stuff, and everyone's working together right now, so it's making it pretty easy.
There has been so much that you've done in your 4 years, almost full 4 years. What are some things that are on your docket in your mind that you want to do in the next couple of years?
Well, obviously we've started a couple projects that haven't been completed yet. The turf field that we'll be doing in the spring of 2016, it's all been funded. We'll be going out to bid very shortly, get started in the spring and get that one done early. We're working it around the sports teams because it's tough to give up fields in the city of Marlborough. We have so many things going on, but so that's obviously one of the #1 priorities for next year. We're in the pipeline right now for a new school building for funding from the state. We should know that in December or January. We're excited about getting that started, but that's a 5-year process between the time that you apply and if you're awarded the money, the doors don't open for another 4 or 5 years. So it's a long process there. We got to get some of these inner city sidewalks and streets done. So I'm sending down a bond package for the next round of funding. Commissioner Galone said he's just about out of money. He's been, grabbing money in every pocket he has to keep the projects going, and we want to make sure we continue those. So we still have a lot of work to do, but we're having a lot of fun doing it.
You mentioned how well everybody's working together. That includes the city council. You have 2 new members on there, so how do you foresee your relationship with them continuing?
Well, obviously, I've worked with Peter in the past, so Peter and I have a great relationship. We actually grew up together as kids, so we've known each other our whole lives, and we welcome Pete back to the city council in a different role, now not as a ward councilor, but an at-large councilor. Yeah. And Dave, only had an opportunity to meet him a couple times in my office during the election. We had a meeting. He had some questions about campaigning and some of the issues going on, and I was more than happy to sit down and looking forward to working with him over the next couple of years. But it's been a good relationship with the council. I don't expect it to change. I was a little surprised to hear some saying about the sending stuff down and being rubber stamped by the council. They've said no to me a few times along the way, and haven't been excited about it, but I think the thing is I respect the job they do. I did it for so long myself that I can, fold my sleeping bag up, come back upstairs and grab the next folder and the next project and bring it back down and not dwell on something they do say no to. It's important to keep that relationship and working together on it.
You mentioned the bond package that you're sending down. Just for a little more detail, are there particular streets that need it more than others that you're looking for the money for this?
This one's going to be probably north of $10 million. Wow. It goes pretty quick though. Yeah. When you're talking some of the larger roads are between $3 and $4 million. So it's tough to include too many of those. I asked for an initial package from the commissioner. He gave it to me. I reviewed it. Then I actually sent down a request to the council if they wanted individual meetings to sit and talk about projects in their particular ward, whether they were on the list or not on the list. Let's take a look at them, see if we can get some of those done. So we've changed some around based on input from the council. So we're really looking forward, once I send the package down, make sure it's approved. You know, we have the payment schedule that's important to make sure big burdens and changes in the debt service don't hit the, you know, our residents. So we try to keep that debt service level funded annually. So there's not the big hits, but we've got to keep the projects going. We got a lot of work to do on our streets and sidewalks.
You seemed particularly excited about talking about the Peter Pan bus service in Marlboro. So why don't you talk about that?
No, you know, we hear about the transportation issues in the city, and the state under Governor Baker and Lieutenant Governor Polito and Secretary Pollock from Transportation have been great with us, and they provided a new van to our senior center, and we have a van down there, and we're looking for drivers for the van so we can utilize it a lot more and provide transportation for our seniors. But in addition to that, we have the state has subsidized a bus for us, a brand new bus, Peter Pan bus, extra wide seats, Wi-Fi. Nice. You pick it up first thing in the morning next to the parking garage in back of the Corey building. The first one leaves at about 6:30. The second one leaves at about 7:30. Goes to Framingham, down to South Station, Copley Place, and up the State House. And then at 4:30 and 5:30 at night, it does the reverse route and comes back. So we're making sure that, you know, we let people know about that. I think it's a $6 trip one way. They can stop at anywhere along that route and get off, and also get on at any point in that route and get home. So it's exciting. We're going to have parking available. They're actually doing that parking deck over right now, but there is parking available over there for people that just want to park and ride, and, you know, sit in their laptop, sit with their laptop and answer emails or whatever along the way. They can have a comfortable ride to Boston. Time-wise, surprisingly, it hasn't been bad. You know, I was concerned about leaving at 7:30 in the morning, but you know, I know people that have taken it on a regular basis, and they said it's actually, for some reason, shorter than if they were driving in their car. So we encourage people to take a look at it. Even the people that use the T over in Southborough, a lot of the Marlboro residents go over there. From what I understand, it's been pretty busy over there. If they want to try an alternative, brand new bus, Wi-Fi accessible, and get you to the same spot in Boston. So, you know, take a look at it. The intent is to fill it in Marlboro so we can skip everything else and get you right into Boston even quicker.
Right, right. And that's great for people who do not like to drive in the snow to have that opportunity to do that. There's always been a farmer's market in Marlboro, but unless I've been living under a rock, there's a winter farmer's market now. It's brand new at the Walker Building. Can you talk about that?
It's interesting. Kathleen Liberty, our new health director, came in and approached me midsummer, actually probably late summer, and said, I'd like to start a farmer's market. I said, well, that's great. You know, let's work on it. We'll get it going, and probably next spring we'll be ready to go. She said, no, I want to start it like now. And I said, okay. I said, you're going to be able to find people, you know, it's late in the season. We're going to be able to find people, and the only available day was Sunday, and I was concerned about Sunday, but I said, this is yours, and be glad to support it. So we had anywhere from 7 to 10 vendors every Sunday down in the parking lot at the corner of Main Street. You know, apples and soaps and meats and bakery goods and herbs, and it was just, it really was a great mix, and people were traveling good distances to get here and be down here. And I went a few times and picked up most of my apples there this year. So one of the vendors approached me and said, have you considered a winter farmer's market? And basically said, what is a winter farmer's market, you know? and so I went back to Kathleen and said, hey, they approached me about doing a winter farmer's market. Can we continue it? So she jumped on board. She has vendors lined up. We were trying to find a location, a barn or something like that, which we couldn't really accommodate. But we're going to be using the hallways in the Walker Building on Main Street, the big wide hallways, so the vendors will be able to set up in there. It's still going to be accessible to everyone, and we're really excited about it. From what I understand, there's only a few winter farmers markets out there, so we're excited to be one of them, and hopefully we can expand on that for this, next year.
Excellent. Last question or actual statement I have for you before you get back to work is you're looking for residents who are interested in serving on boards and commissions.
Yeah, it's been a few months now. We've actually put on the website in the past different openings or different changes in boards and commissions, and asking residents to send in a resume or their interest and their background to us if they're interested in serving on different boards and commissions. We've probably generated 50 to 60 new people, people that are really, they're not people I know, they're people that are applying, that are Marlboro residents, and it's great when you get new blood in the city and new ideas. So we are looking for another round of candidates for different boards and commissions, and in particular the Historic Commission or the Planning Board or the ZBA or any of the boards or commissions that people might have interest in. Please, get in touch with my office, send over an email, send over some information. We do, want to fill some of these boards. There are some vacancies. There's some people expiring, and we'd love to fill them with some new people. And we try to just match up, interests people have with the actual board they're working on. So it's great to get new volunteers. 99% of them are volunteer positions, but love to hear from as many as we can to get some new people involved.
All right. Well, Mayor, thank you, as usual,
Thanks
for your time.
Thank you.
And let me be the latest again to congratulate you on a new term.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You've been watching Corner Office from Mayor Arthur Vigeant. I'm Dan Ginden. We'll see you next time.